Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. So in my own opinion, one of the most important things to a successful NBA season, not only the regular season, but also making it deep into the playoffs, is the depth of your team as a whole. That includes the bench unit, guys. For today's video, we are going to test to see which team has the best bench in the entire NBA. The way we are going to do this is I deleted every single team's starting five, and I gave their next best top five players, the bench players on the team at each position, 48 minutes. So each team's bench is going to play 48 minutes every single game for 82 games straight. Now, keep in mind that when I did this video, the depth chart I based this off of was the one listed on ESPN. And I also assumed that each roster was completely healthy. So we all know Kristaps Porzingis is injured right now, but he would be starting in real life. So I did not penalize the Knicks for that. I did delete Kristaps Porzingis, and I allowed his replacement, I believe Noah Vonleh, to remain on the team, if that does make sense. So yeah, we are going to go through each and every single one of these rosters. If you do want to skip forward and just see the simulation, feel free to do so. But yeah, man, I made these rosters all by myself, so hopefully it's not completely screwed up and stuff like that. Looking at the 76ers, we do have TJ, Markelle Fultz going to shooting guard. We got Furkan, Jonah Bolden, Amir Johnson for the starting five. Looking at the Bucks team right here, I mean, hopefully Ilyasova and George Hill can get some pick and roll going out there, man. It's a little pick and pop. We do have the Chicago Bulls. Now, right now, Hutchison is starting, but Denzel Valentine is actually injured, and I would assume he would probably start if he was completely healthy. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, this team's actually looking pretty good, which is not always a good sign when your bench is just as good as your starters. But you got like Clarkson out there with Rodney Hood, Larry Nance, so that should be pretty deadly in theory. Boston Celtics, now Marcus Morris, according to the depth chart, when Aaron Baines is healthy, he actually starts on this team, and Marcus Morris comes off the bench. Then of course Gordon Hayward was switched to the bench pretty recently, within the last few weeks. For the Clippers, another team I really like a lot. For some reason, Montrezl Harrell does not start for the Clippers. I believe they elected to start Marcin Gortat over him. And then of course you got Lou Williams, one of the best six men to ever play the game of basketball. For the Memphis Grizzlies, I mean, team's looking pretty decent out there. JaMychal Green, I always like him, what he brings to the squad. For the Atlanta Hawks, you got half-face Jeremy Lin, Kevin Huerter, and Vince Carter. Now, right now, both these guys are starting in real life, but that's because Kent Bazemore and also Taurean Prince are injured. So, of course, these guys would be the bench players if those guys were healthy. For the Miami Heat, another team that's very, stacked, guys. I mean, they don't really, Hassan Whiteside is nice and everything. Goran Dragic's nice. But I mean, they have a very, very deep team. So this is what it's looking like for their starting five, with Dwayne Wade, of course, coming off the bench now. For the Charlotte Hornets, you got Tony Parker, a nice veteran right there. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is another team I think will definitely make the playoffs in this video. For the Utah Jazz, you got Korver out there with Crowder, Cephalosha. Not a lot of offense outside of Korver. I mean, I know Cephalosha and Crowder, they can knock down the three, but still. Sacramento Kings, this team actually leads the entire NBA in bench scoring, and we got Marvin Bagley out there, you got Zebo Bogdanovic, who's one of the top bench scorers in the NBA. Yeah, this team should make some noise. For the New York Knicks, we're looking at Trey Burke, Courtney Lee, who was a 77 overall. I felt kind of bad not starting Alonzo Trier, but I mean, Courtney Lee was the higher rated player, so I went with him. And of course, Enes Kanter comes off the bench because Mitchell Robinson's the starter of that team now. For the Los Angeles Lakers, when Rondo's healthy, I don't know if he's going to start over Lonzo Ball again. Probably not. We got Rondo, Hart, Stevenson, Michael Beasley, Tyson Chandler. Very nice squad right there. Orlando Magic team looking like this. Nothing really too crazy. You got that boy Mo Bamba out there, though, man. For the Dallas Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki actually just talked with Rick Carlisle. He might actually see his minutes go down this season, guys. We might not see a lot of Dirk Nowitzki anymore because the team's decided to go what's best with the entire team. Brooklyn Nets, Spencer Dinwiddie just signed a great contract for this team. You got Shabazz, I put him at shooting guard, DeMarre Carroll, Kenneth Faried, Ed Davis. For the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr. is going to get the start at the small forward position. I know he's 76 overall. We don't really know exactly what he brings to the team, but assuming he was healthy, he, of course, would be part of the rotation, as would Isaiah Thomas. For the Indiana Pacers, you got Corey Joseph, Tyreek Evans, Sabonis, another great bench player right there. Dougie McBuckets. Pelicans team looking like this, Julius Randle in the running for most improved player on the NBA season. You got the Detroit Pistons. Their bench units typically been pretty weak the past few seasons. For the Toronto Raptors, they also got a really solid bench. Other Valanciunas, of course, electing to come off the bench now when he's healthy. OG Anunoby, CJ Miles, Delon Wright, Fred VanVleet. We got the Houston Rockets. So Austin Rivers starting right now when Chris Paul comes back. He, of course, is going to the bench. Eric Gordon, you got Gerald Green out there. For the San Antonio Spurs, another team that's got some pretty good depth. I believe Pau Gasol is also injured right now in real life, but he's going to power forward with Jakob Poeltl at center. For the Phoenix Suns, I mean, DeAnthony Melton might as well be the starting point guard, right? But you also got Kelly Oubre, who's been pretty great for them since being traded from the Washington Wizards. You got the OKC Thunder, Dennis Schroeder, another one of the better backup guys in the entire NBA. Nerlens Noel. You got the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you got Derrick Rose here, man. Derrick Rose, 82 overall. I don't know why the Timberwolves don't just start this man, but whatever's been working, man, it's been working for him. So I guess you don't want to fix it if it ain't broke. And Dario Saric on the team. You do have the Trailblazers, Seth Curry, Evan Turner, Zach Collins, been one of the better defensive players, rotational players in the entire NBA. Golden State Warriors, I mean, their super team's deleted. And that's the thing, man, like this bench, it's not bad, but it's not like fantastic. So we'll see how that all works out for them. And then, of course, you have the Washington Wizards with their 5 looking like this. So as far as the team I am going to follow, it's going to be the Timberwolves, and I want to see what a starting 48-minute Derrick Rose can do out here. And yeah, let's just go ahead, get going on the simulation, talk a little bit about, you know, NBA benches and things along those lines. So as far as the best bench players in the NBA right now, you got guys like Lou Williams, who's averaging about 18 points per game. Jordan Clarkson's been great on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Spencer Dinwiddie had about, 16, 17. Montrez at about 15, 16 points per game. They've been fantastic. Assist-wise, Jose Barea, man, he's been at about 5-6 assists. He just went down with a major injury, so that's sad to see. But then you got Lou Williams, Derrick Rose, Spencer Dinwiddie, all great playmakers out there. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me do this stupid, two-way contract thing, and we'll start talking some more about this in a sec. Okay, so I was actually pretty surprised to see that out of the entire NBA, the Minnesota Timberwolves are averaging the second to the last highest points per game. They're only at 27 bench points, which is nuts, man, because Derrick Rose averages like 18 points per game himself. So that Minnesota bench is very weak, especially like Saric out there. I thought they'd be a bit better. OKC Thunder actually have the worst scoring bench at about 26 points, which does make a little bit of sense. I mean, like, Dennis Schroeder is definitely more like a natural point guard where he's gonna do a little bit of scoring out there, but he's also gonna get other guys involved. And I know right now the OKC Thunder are kind of like struggling with their starting shooting guard position. So if you can't, if you can't get your starting shooting guard on point, then no way you're gonna have that type of scoring off the bench. New Orleans Pelicans, another team that struggles scoring wise in the entire NBA. They're at about 27 points per game. Which once again, they have one of the best players in Julius Randle. So I don't know, man. It's just like some of these teams out there that want to compete, like I mainly talk about like OKC, Milwaukee Bucks, also a very low scoring bench in the NBA. Houston Rockets, it's like Golden State Warriors. These teams need to like pick up that slack, and they need to do something before the NBA trade deadline and get some sort of help, because once that 80th game in the NBA starts rolling around and things start amping up for the playoff, a lot of these guys, man, I mean, fatigue's a big thing in the NBA. So if you're not ready to go 100% come playoff time because you don't have the depth, then you are just making things a lot more difficult for you guys, going forward and things along those lines. So yeah, man, I think overall though, like, some of the depth of the NBA right now, I think is at all-time high. You got some really good players out there that just like, I feel like deserve to start but don't necessarily get to because of the rotation or what's best as far as their style of play. But yeah, we have a record of 40-41 for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Simulate through date right here, and we'll wait for us to end the season. So we got Dennis Schroeder as, oh my god, dude, this man can score. Oh my god, y'all better trade Westbrook. Wow, dude, 37 points. The only player I've ever seen do that in this game is Stephen Curry. Just to note that real quick. 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 33% from 3, so wasn't even doing the 3-point shot. I mean, Dennis, you started for the Atlanta Hawks last year, and you was not averaging no damn 37 points per game. Mo Bamba at 19 and 17 with about 3 blocks. Markieff Morris as a 6-man. I think there was a few cases where the rotations did get a little screwed up right here, guys. So that's why guys like Markieff Morris played. Nerlens Noel as Defensive Player of the Year. I love the 18 rebounds. Michael Beasley as Most Improved at 30 points, 10 rebounds per game. I mean, he can score buckets like that if he tries. Eric Spoelstra, Coach of the Year. I knew they were going to do well because they got a very deep team. All-NBA first team, we got Schroeder, Dwayne Wade, Blast from the Past, Pau Gasol, Julius, and Jonas Valanciunas. All-NBA second team looking like this. Love seeing Lou Williams on there. JJ Barea, Gordon Hayward, of course. All-NBA third with Big Dirk Nowitzki making that. Then you got the all-defensive teams and all-rookie teams. Very nice. So as far as the playoffs go, we got Miami, New York, Toronto, Boston, Indiana, Brooklyn, Atlanta, Cleveland. Golden State Warriors still got it as a 3rd seed. Lakers is the number 1 seed as far as having the best bench, and then you got Sacramento Kings as number 2. Let's go ahead here real quick, guys. I'm going to go to the player stats on the season. Derrick Rose at 26 points, 5 assists. I'm going to like just slowly kind of scroll through here. If you guys want to pause on your favorite team and look at Markelle Fultz and see how they did, feel free to do so. Ilyasova, damn beast. 26 points, 15 rebounds. That's freaking Giannis right there, man. That's a better shooting Giannis. Wow, Yes, I know I gave these guys like 40 game minutes, but look at Dwayne Wade. Look, that's looking like prime D Wade right there, guys. But the fact that they stepped up like this and still put up these scoring numbers, because I was not really expecting like one guy to take over each one of these teams. I was expecting a whole bunch of just like, you know, average points per games and assists and rebounds, and just expecting everybody out there to do a little bit of everything and just kind of step up that way. So let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs, see how they all go. Simulate playoffs. I have no predictions for who's going to win this. Let's just say, I'm going to say Sacramento versus Indiana Pacers. That's my predictions. Cleveland gone. Toronto. Oh, man. Toronto's gone. This is already a great video, man. Let's just hope Golden State gets knocked out next by the Sacramento Kings. Also, Minnesota got knocked out there. All right. So far, Sacramento's looking good. Okay, Golden State is eliminated. So we have the Hawks gone. So we got the Pacers versus the Heat. And we got Lakers and Sacramento. And it looks like we might have Sacramento making it there against the Miami Heat, it looks like. Yeah, Lakers gone. Pacers gone. And according to this, guys, the Sacramento Kings have the best bench in the entire NBA. And according to the stats that I'm looking at here, that is true. They are averaging 44 points, about 19 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks per game. As far as like the differential, like the efficiency stats, they have the best in the entire NBA in that. So props to 2K to being realistic with that. Bogdan as MVP at 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists per game. Here is the closeout game right there. And then if you guys, of course, want, yeah, they had a few bench players going just because, like, I don't know, the rotation thing I kind of screwed up. But regardless, here are the player stats on the season. I did turn off fatigue, so, like, fatigue wasn't really a factor. Now, I mean, here we go. We want the playoff stats. I'll just show you guys the league leaders for that. Schroeder at 41 points, 6 assists. Lou Williams, I mean, I'm not surprised about that. But yeah, some of these numbers were absolutely crazy, guys. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe to my channel, and peace out, my friends.